Hello, all you hardcores out there. How are you doing? It's Russ here from Poker's Corner, biggest gob in sport. Backed by popular demand. Gary from Manchester. How are you doing, Gary?
I'm all right, pal. You? Good.
Sound, mate, sound.
Looking forward to boxing tonight.
Yeah, I think I hope Lee Wood wins, but I think Lara knocks him out.
Yeah. It's Lara that did a job on oh bloody hell. What's he called, the boxer? Warrington, innit? Wasn't it?
Yeah. What do you think to Lawrence Okola then leaving Eddie and sticking up for himself and all that?
Yeah, I don't know. Was it them two that had a scrap this week on that Creed 3?
Yeah, Lawrence Okola and Richard Riak Porter, they had a bit of an handbags, didn't they, at 20 paces, wasn't it, really?
Your mate was involved in it, wasn't he?
Yeah, Spencer Fearon, aka Malcolm X, he intervened and got his sent into a trending story, didn't he, with his anti-Elton glasses on?
Yeah, it went well for him, that, didn't it? I think everyone was at it, wasn't they?
Well, he wrote script, didn't he?
You reckon?
You telling me, listen, where Richard Riak Porter is from, they would have been at it. Do you know what I mean?
Why? Where's he from? What do you mean?
It's from a rough part of London. Do you know what
Or
I
is
mean?
it?
Yeah, so I'm not buying into all that intense beef.
And they've got a fight plan now, have they, for April?
No, they aren't like, but they're trying to hype one up, aren't they?
Or is that what it is?
But
Yeah, I don't totally bit. I mean, I can see it from both sides. I can see Eddie's side. Maybe a pump's got a bit.
Eddie's not to do with it. It's Sky.
I thought it was Eddie he left.
Yeah, he's left Eddie, yeah, but he's not to do with React Forte and Okoli.
No, but he was. You asked me about what did they think about a Coley, didn't you?
Oh, sorry, I asked you about what I thought about Okoli leaving. Yeah, go on, yeah.
Well, I can understand Eddie's side of it because he's pumped a lot of money, and then I've also heard Dennis say the same thing because the same thing's kind of happened with that guy that's fought recently on Boxer again. They seem to be nicking the boxers, don't they? Really, Sky? Because what was Dennis's boxer that just fought and got beat by
Parker.
Parker? Yeah,
Jack Master.
same. Is that similar kind of thing?
Jack Master, yeah. No, because Okoli had come to end of his career, end of his contract. Dennis has still got a promotions deal with Massiani and money invested in him.
Right, yeah, but weren't Eddie rubbishing that last fight didn't count or something? Have they settled it, or is it still going on?
I don't really know, to be honest, but it looks like Okoli's made the move and gone. So maybe they can work something out down the line. I don't know, but you know, Eddie's a sore loser by the sounds of it, isn't he?
Yeah. I was listening to Eddie respond against what's that British boxing board guy called?
Roberto Smith,
Yeah, he was on.
aka Smithy.
Yeah, he was on with what's that channel called? The pop radio. What's the channel? What he was on that?
Talk Sport.
Talk Sport. That's right. Yeah. Right. Did you watch? Eddie had the right go back, didn't he? Seen
Yeah.
it?
Eddie, yeah, but he hadn't got on Talk Sport, has he? And took Simon Jordan to challenge. What do you think?
He said he would, didn't he?
Eh?
He said he would.
Well, he hasn't been on yet, has he? You know what I mean? So that's how I look at it. What do you think about the current situation with Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk?
Yeah, I don't know. Eddie again was bouncing that up. He reckons either Tyson's wanting too much money to fight in Saudi, or he's not popular enough. I don't know. Eddie was right on that, wasn't he? as far as hyping a Tyson and Joshua up. Reckons it'd sell then if Joshua was involved. But for some reason, the Saudis won't pay the money, will they?
Well, Fury's asking for an exorbitant amount of money to fight Usyk. Massive money, massive, massive, and it's not there. Oh, I don't know what they're going to do now. But if he doesn't fight Usyk and he doesn't fight Joshua or Joe Joyce, well, who's left? Only Wilder left, isn't there? Because he can't fight anybody else out of that little pool because they'll get slaughtered because he's just had 2 gimme fights, White and Chisora, who were finished. Do you know what I mean? Punch bags.
He could fight Ruiz, couldn't he?
Yeah, but Ruiz is tied up with Wilder, isn't he?
Is that happening?
Well, it looks like it's very close and all that, doesn't it? So
yeah,
it's a bit of a mess, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
What do you think about the Conor Benn situation, Gary?
Well, again, it's tied up with Eddie and that guy at British Boxing Board.
Smith.
But why would the guy go on there from British Boxing Board and say what he had to say if what Eddie's saying is true? That his hands were tied, that they couldn't sanction a fight without the British Boxing Board, and it took the British Boxing Board from July to September before they sanctioned it. So, if that's true, why would that boxing board guy go on there and expose himself the way he has done?
I don't know, to be honest. He's put himself in a big pan of soup.
Yeah, he has, hasn't he?
He's in the soup.
What's he gained out of that, really? Because Eddie Hearn's adamant that I think he'll go head to head with him on it.
What do you think about the delay, Gary, where Smith took 5 to 6 weeks to make a decision while Eddie Matchroom and DAZN were pouring over £1 million into promotion of it because they had all them big things up in Manchester, didn't they? In centre.
Yeah, but that's exactly the point that I'm making. Why is he on if they can't pull the fight and without a decision off the British Boxing Board, which is what Eddie's saying, they until the British Boxing Board laid the law down, that fight was on.
Yeah.
So whose fault is that? That's not Eddie's fault as far as he's concerned.
No.
He couldn't fight without them making a decision. The fight's not going ahead. So really, until they've made that decision, it is going ahead, isn't it?
Well, they've been pouring money into it. Why didn't they make a decision at the beginning? Why did they back out when it cost the press got hold of it? Because it looked like they were all in. Everybody were in on same page, weren't they, till then?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think the thing is that you got the British Boxing Board who didn't come out and make a decision for 6 weeks, and they've carried on promoting it, but knowing that he's got a failed drugs test. They're both in the soup, really, aren't they?
Smith would have been better off coming out and saying, well, we looked at the evidence and it looks like contamination to us. We made a decision, the fight goes ahead, and just praying that nobody got hurt. But if they did, they're all going to jail, and that's why they panicked.
Yeah. Because I'm sure it must go on where it goes under the radar and the fight is fight, does it? Or it's not an automatic ban then, no.
No.
No. So it's going on all the time then, isn't it? Under the radar.
Well, they've got to fight it, haven't they, before they can't just ban him straight away because he's saying, no, I'm not having that. Unless he goes guilty, it's not an automatic ban. So unless he says I'm guilty, he's going all the way, isn't he? So he's fighting it, isn't he, young Crusher Ben? The Crusher.
Yeah. Still interesting what can come out of it though, isn't it? It's got to be contamination on it. These eggs, is it the story?
What's he having? 300 eggs a day?
Well, what if he's having them eggs, everybody's having them, aren't they?
Well, I've just had a quiche with a quiche with 2 eggs, right, and I'm bursting, mate. So how many eggs have I got it now? Am I going to start running around knocking people out ice cold with one punch? Because that's what he's been doing.
No, he's saying he's brought these eggs in from Europe.
What, they're importing eggs from? We're stupid. What? Fighters from Essex, right? Who are looking for an edge in boxing and now paying for eggs to be imported from Europe. Do they think Joe Public's going to buy into that? Is that best they can come up with?
Yeah, that's the only thing he can come up with.
Imagine a jury on that if they end up in courts for defamation or libel and they're pulling that one out. Come on.
Yeah. Well, they are. That's
Oh.
I can see that they. And what's the WBC bit? What is it they're waiting for from them, Russ?
They can't do anything for they can't do nothing. Why has Conor Benn sent them the dossier? Is it because he still wants to be licensed by them in another country? Because the WBC still need the British board to clear it for Conor Benn to fight you. So by Ben sending it to the WBC, it looks like he's gearing up to fight in another country, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean Eddie seems to all right, he's gone ahead on public with British Boxing Board, but he seems to just be distancing himself a little bit from Conor Benn, as if, well, it's Conor Benn's fight to prove. Conor Benn's fight, but I don't think he's fighting with the British Boxing Board, is he? It's just whatever it is he's doing is something to do with the WBC, in it.
I don't know. I thought he were more or less trying to get his point across to Joe Public and the WBC. But the WBC are the only ones that have seen this 270-page super dossier. Why can't the public domain see it?
Well, unless they do, what's it likely to achieve, this 270-page dossier?
I don't know. It's likely to show that this is a possibility, this is a possibility, this is a possibility. Nothing's without a shadow of doubt and all that nonsense. It'd be all just legal, technical jargon, won't them, to drag it out and fight another day and all that rubbish. They've got that much invested in him now. They've got to go for log, haven't they? Instead of just copying a year ban and just swallowing.
Yeah, dude, I'd have it out of the way now, wouldn't he?
Well, his year ban's up in April because he didn't fought last April, so that's a year, isn't it? Could still do that, and he might just do that.
What you mean? You mean the clock, and then the time that's gone counts towards his ban?
Yeah, well, that's how it works.
Does it really? Even though he's jacked his licensing?
Yeah, they'll go on when he last fought. It'll all be sorted. Don't you worry. They're just looking for a way to sort it and not have egg on the faces, all of them, because they've all got big egos, haven't they? Let's have it right. Come on, we're not behind door here, are we? Come on, it is what it is, isn't it?
What do you think of the talk of him fighting Pacquiao?
Well, Pacquiao's an old man, and he's my age, isn't he?
Is he your age? You don't know.
Well, he's about 5 years younger than me. So,
Right.
do you know what I mean? Oh, was he 40? Mayweather was 78 or something. Is he 45 or something? Well, I'm 52, so he's old man, isn't he, for that age? For that weight, he's old man. They're old men at 32 at that weight. Old men at that age. So he's 10, 12 years past his sell by date, isn't he? So but Conor Benn just might be able to do him in. But I thought he'd have too much for Conor Benn, but Conor Benn won't be bothered. He's going to get paid and then say, well, I lost to an Hall of Famer who was an 8 division champion. You have a lot to learn, bruv. A lot to learn, bruv. Still got me eating seats. Bruv. Beginning all that. Beginning all that, won't they? Playing pantomime villain. Well, that's all they can come back as now, isn't it? It can only come back now as the pantomime villain, can't he? Let's be honest. It can only come back now as like a Mayweather type, giving it the old money. I've got this and all that. He's going to have to play villain, isn't he?
Yeah, it's gonna. The next thing you'll be hearing is he'll be fighting Jake Paul.
Well, they all want a slice of that cake, don't they?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they all do. Yeah.
Yeah, Tommy Fury's built that one up. They're going to have their slices first, or full cakes, should I say? Or in Tommy's case, he'll be getting half a cake.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
but
mean, listening to Julian on that one, as far as he's concerned, from a boxing point of view, it's a no contest, isn't it?
it's the what?
A no contest. Julian doesn't expect Jake Paul to have a chance in that match,
Yeah, I don't either.
don't you?
No, no, no. He'll get put. He'll get beat up. So, but they'll get paid, won't they? But if
Yeah.
John Fury's son Tommy loses on points, right? If he loses on points, and that John thinks Tommy won, there'll be hell on it ring. There'll be hell on. There will be hell to pay. He'll bring hell to breakfast.
Do you reckon?
I'll bring hell to breakfast if we get jobbed on scorelines, Tommy. Don't you worry. Just let your hands go, son. Let your hands go. Double that jab. Double that jab. Pop, pop, bang. Pop, pop, bang. You what?
Yeah, he seems to have quieted down, John Fury. Don't you think you've shouted him down or what?
I only have crack with John, don't I? If he puts himself out there, he's got to understand that when the ice breaks, I'll be waiting.
Yeah, it's great. I know.
Well, I've got enough balls on me for see John to say, can you put videos out about me? I'll go. And I don't. I said, look, you put your sin out there. Okay, you don't what do you expect? I get it. So he can have it, can't he? So
Is it like recognised in your industry?
is John
That
recognised in my industry as what?
no, I mean, is it generally recognised that what you say is not really meant? It's for the listeners,
It's tongue-in-cheek banter, isn't it? He wants
is
to
it?
put his son out there saying, am I fine for watching me from the moon? He wants to come out with things like that. People like me are going to go, am I fine for watching me from moon?
Is that what he's actually said? Yeah.
Said it, yeah. People have seen it, haven't they? 140 kilo deadlifts, cold, 8 reps, bench press, pop, pop, bang.
And you put that bit on the end, or does he say that?
Oh, he says that, doesn't it? What was that other one he does? 10
Does he
miles
say?
in the morning, 30 minutes on that bag, circuit training, and then a pan of stew on the hot fire. Pop, pop, bang.
Don't he drink whiskey as well?
3 bottles of whiskey, a bag of drugs, and 4 brass a night. Pop, pop, bang.
He don't come out with that on social media, does he?
He came out with that one on True Geordie, John Fury on True Geordie, when he said, "Hi John, what's a typical John Fury party night then? And John Fury goes, "That was a terrible Geordie one, wasn't it?"
No, it was all right. Actually.
Hi, what's a terrible John Fury night out? And John Fury goes, big bag of drugs, 3 or 4 bottles of whiskey, 3 or 4 brass, pop, pop, bang. Come on, that's what he said. That's what he said. Honestly, I was like that. I thought he was saying he's never took a drug in my life other week. And then next minute, he's on a 4-day bender in a beefer on some boat with a load of brassers, big bags of drugs, and, a bottle of Glenfiddich, a crate of Glenfiddich. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
100 an hour on hard road, 100 my way home, pop, pop, bang. That's a good one, isn't it? You like that one, don't you, Gary?
I do, yeah.
But
Yeah.
we're still are we thinking of increasing reward, Gary, for an interview with one of these who got pop, pop, banged, one of these 100?
Yeah. But what do you think of this fight? What's the card like tonight, Russ?
Rhubarb. You know the Earn show, it's rhubarb. Lee Wood fight's a good fight. It's the only one I'm interested in, really. Lee Wood, Lara. I think Lara knacks him, but I hope Lee Wood wins because his Proctor's mate, isn't he, Lee Wood?
Are
So,
they mate?
Yeah, they're from the same area, aren't they? So apparently he's a nice kid, so I hope he wins.
Yeah. His
So,
hairstyle makes him look a bit feminine, doesn't it?
hey,
I know that's got nothing to do with boxing, but his hairstyle makes him look a little bit feminine.
oh, Lee Wood.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not doing he's not doing himself any favour with that poodle perm, is he?
No, poodle perm. Yeah, that's a good
You know
description
what I
of
mean?
him.
Bit shaved up sides at back, and I don't know what's going on there, like, but he's from
No,
Nottingham, so you've got to give him a pass
well,
on.
he doesn't look like a boxer, does he? Looks a bit feminine because of that hair.
Gavin McDonald from Doncaster put him on Planet Orbit years and years ago, so I know that if Lara catches him, he'll go, because if Gavin McDonald can stop him, Lara will be able to. Do you know what I mean? But he might have toughened up since then and developed a style where he can slip punches with Superman Ben Davidson, his trainer, boxer size Ben. So
Yeah,
he might be ready for that. But Conlon dropped him, didn't he? So
yeah,
and he's a small guy, and Gary McDonald's not a big puncher. Although he can punch, he's not a big puncher.
right.
Gavin stops him, so I think if Lara connects, you'll see Lee Wood flattened, and then he'll activate the rematch clause to fight Lara again, and then it'll all be setbacks pave the way for comebacks, and even Muhammad Ali got beat, and that's the line that they'll tell. But I could be wrong, but I don't think I will be.
What's Lee Wood's record, Russ? Do you know it?
I don't know it off by heart. He's had a few defeats and that, but he's in having a purple patch at the end of his career, isn't he?
Yeah, has he come through like I hear Julian say and
He's come
you say
through. He's done it the hard way. Yeah, he's done it the hard way. Yeah,
British and all that?
he's gone through domestic scene and that. He's done it the hard way, Lee Wood. So you've got to give him credit.
Yeah,
You've got to be given some credit. But I wish him well.
yeah. Carl was interviewed the other day, yesterday, wasn't he at this show?
Yeah, about Jake Paul.
Yeah. And he's the same. He's the same, and he's going to get splodged.
Yeah, well, it's an hard one, isn't it? Lara's an hard fight for him. A betting man. You won't put your money on Lee Wood if you're a betting man tonight, would you? But you want him to win because it's Brit, isn't he? And he's done it the
You do.
hard way. But he's in an hard fight. But he's got to be given credit for taking the fight, him and his trainer.
But Frotch reinforced really what you and Julian had said, because he said even if he come back at 45, age 45, Tommy Fury wouldn't last 30 seconds in the ring with somebody, an ex-world champion.
Frotch would light him up, mate, and send him to planet orbit.
Yeah. But what I'm getting at is it comes back to this this boxing being a science and an art, and this box fit, is it misfits or whatever? How it's delivered as if it's boxing, but really it's not boxing, as in the art and the science and how dangerous boxing is.
Yeah.
Boxing in a ring with somebody who can't box. I think Frotch was just reinforcing what you and Julian were saying about, a boxer is a dangerous man, really. If you go putting a Joe Public in with him.
Yeah, but Joe Public, Lee Wood's not fighting Joe Public tonight, is he? He's fighting a guy from Mexico who can bang. You know what I mean? But no matter what happens tonight, Lee Wood's got another bite at cherry against Lara if he loses. But if he wins, he'll fight Warrington. So he's got tonight's paycheck and the Warrington one, or tonight's the Lara rematch and the Warrington one. So Lara could knock him out tonight, then knock him out in rematch because it's in contract, and then Lee Wood could then go it begging bowl to Josh Warrington, couldn't he? When Josh Warrington will have an interim fight in between. But take it from me, Lee Wood will get beat tonight. I hope he don't, but he'll get beat. He'll activate the rematch. He'll get beat again, then it'll be Warrington. That's what I think. So that's how it works.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But it was kind of his teeth job, the victory against that cop.
The what?
It was skin of his teeth job against Conlon.
Yeah, well, yeah, but true grit got him through that. His crowd probably got him through that, and sheer will to win.
Where he found that punch near the end is nobody.
Yeah,
No,
well,
yeah.
yeah.
Conlon didn't come in, did he?
I'd like to see Conlon in there with Warrington. Get them all at it. A good fight.
Yeah, I mean, Conlon went away with a lot of credit for that fight from me, even though he lost it, because
Yeah,
he was exhausted and he got caught with one, didn't he? But I mean, I thought he dominated that fight up until then.
yeah.
Mm.
Well, okie dokie then. Well, listen, thanks for coming on, Gary. Been a
Oh,
pleasure of half an hour with you. We had a good
yeah,
old chat, haven't we?
yeah, yeah,
I hope you're well. It was nice to do a diet video with you as well earlier.
yeah. Good
So,
stuff.
I hope you enjoy the boxing tonight, and all the best, mate, for the rest of the weekend.
All right, pal. You too.
Cheers, Gary. Bye.
See you, bud. Bye.
Bye.